Hey Dad, what are you working on?
I was just working on, oh, hey. Hey YouTube, I'm Dan. Welcome to Payson's Garage. I'm actually just working on my 87 Merkur XR4Ti. Welcome to my channel and kind of the kickoff video. I thought for my first video, I'd do a little intro, little walk around, and give you an idea of what we have planned for the channel. So admittedly, I'm a Ford nut, primarily these German Fords here. If anybody doesn't know, the Maricopa XR4Ti was a Sierra in Europe. These were imported from 85 to 89. They run the 2.3 turbo 4-cylinder engine that came in the Thunderbird and the Mustang SVO. So this is my main project. You're gonna see this a lot on the channel. This has been an ongoing build for a number of years. Basically no expense spared type of build. There's not a piece on this car that hasn't been touched. Brakes, suspension, engine, rear end. I just got finished putting a posi diff in the rear end. Everything. This thing is just completely modified. So you'll see a lot of this, and it's actually getting pretty close to where we can get this thing fired up. Let me go ahead and pop the hood here. So like I said, this car, they imported them from 85 to 89. It had they came with the 2.3 turbo. You could get them in an automatic or a manual. This happens to be a manual that's had a transmission conversion. I've got a T5 in it, but just give you a little taste of what's going on under here. Caster camber plates, modified intakes, Garrett GT turbo, fully ported big valve head, exhaust header, big intercooler, aluminum radiator. Like I said, there's really nothing on this thing that hasn't been touched. Should be able to make about 500 horsepower with this one. Another thing about these cars, they came with plastic headlights, which were just absolute junk. So these are actually the glass European lights. These cars came with 14 and 15 inch wheels, 14 inch in 85 and I think in 86. After that, they went to a couple of different versions of a 15 inch wheel. I've got 16s on mine, wheelwood brakes in the front, Ford Focus disc brakes in the rear. I got Coney struts and shocks. The fronts have been converted to coilovers. I've got performance springs on all four corners. Bigger sway bars. Poly bushings throughout. Bigger fuel pump. So this car will be an all black leather interior car. Actually all black. I've converted it. If anybody knows anything about these cars, some of the plastic panels were gray regardless of what color interior you had. So I turned this thing completely black, but black headliner, black sail panels, really nice interior. I actually pulled this out of I think 3 or 4 junkyards over the years. So real nice interior. I'll be running Pi Dash, running a standalone Megasquirt MS3. So yeah, that's just a little taste of the interior. Went ahead and did away with the plastic cladding that comes on the side of these. These are authentic Ford Cosworth arches. So yeah, so this is my, I don't know, my baby. I've been building this thing a long time, getting close to finishing it up. I've got a lot of videos planned for this one. Okay, I'd like to go ahead and introduce you to another car you're going to see quite a bit on the channel. This is my 1985 Merkur XR4Ti. This is a California car. 5-speed, no sunroof car. So this one here I'm just getting started on. This actually is the engine for it. I'll get that dropped in soon. So what I've done so far is I've done the suspension, brakes. It's got a Euro posi diff in it. This one will retain the AC. I have a strut tower brace. Already got those mounts in. I put a all black cloth interior into it. So this car is going to be what I'm going to call stage 2. Basically based on the engine. It's going to have a stage 2 head. It'll have a cam in it, exhaust header, D3 T4 turbo. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to run the stock T9 or if I'll convert to a T5. Like I said, it's got posi rear diff in it. I've done all poly bushings in the rear. Did a 4-wheel disc conversion on it, so I got rear discs now. It's got Coney shocks and SPAC struts up front. It's got MC squared lowering springs. So as you can see, I got a ways to go, but you'll see this one on the channel a bit also. Another project we got planned for the channel is this 87 Ford Ranger. Initially picked this up, I was going to build it for my son, but I found another car for him. But my idea with this is we'll go ahead and we'll put in a stock, bone stock 2.3 turbo. We'll even use the stock, I'm not sure if it's a Mazda or Mitsubishi trans, whatever trans these came with. We'll use that stock transmission. And then basically what we're going to do is step by step, mod by mod, we'll go out and we'll run this thing and we'll see what kind of improvements we get. So ultimately I want to turn it into a pretty decent drag truck. I think it's a pretty good starting point. This thing came out of California, so it's absolutely rust free. Manual windows, manual brakes, manual steering. I'm guessing the absolute lightest Ranger you could possibly get. So really good starting point for this project. So as soon as we can get some room freed up in the garage, we'll get this one moved in and we'll start getting some work done on this one. This should be an interesting project. I'm interested in seeing the kind of improvements we'll see at the drag strip with changes that we make to it. Okay, we're up at my storage area. I had one more car I wanted to show you guys. This is my 1989 Maricopa Scorpio. This is actually the first one I've ever owned. I bought this from the original owner, guy out of California. And this one's unique in that it's a 5-speed and no sunroof car. These came with a V6 from the factory, made I think about 145 horsepower. And since this one's a 5-speed, it's actually not too bad. It's fun to drive. I've been thinking of what I could possibly do with this one. I mean, it does run and drive fine, but I was thinking maybe I could do a V8 swap with this, or even put in a 2.3 turbo. They're easy to drop right in. And being that it's 5-speed, that'll be a real simple swap. It's a good solid car, being that it was in California its whole life. These are known to rust in the rear fenders, but this one's good and solid. The reason I've got it in storage is I bought it with no heat, so it had a bad heater core. I drove it home last February, and that was not a very fun trip. Froze my butt off, to tell you the truth. San Diego to Vegas wasn't bad, but when I left Vegas and started heading north, it was cold, so I won't be doing that again. So anyways, long story short, I got it home. I started pulling the dash apart so I could change the heater core, and the dash pretty much disintegrated. It was cracked and in bad shape. All the mounting points were broken and cracked. And so right now I'm waiting for some parts. Well, we'll just do a quick tour here. Pop the hood. So this is, if I remember right, it's a 2.9 liter V6, I believe is what it is. Same engine that was in the Bronco 2, I believe it was. Fuel injected. A lot of similarities from these, between these and the XR4Ti. And the channel's not just going to be about cars. We're planning to throw in some other cool stuff, like some gun range action. And if any of you are into airsoft, we'll probably throw in some of those videos too, because me and my boys, we enjoy playing airsoft. And you'll probably see some videos of me getting torn up because they are relentless. We'll even have some jet ski projects, like this old Sea-Doo here. Where does this go? We've even got some snowmobile projects planned for the channel, like this old Yamaha here. Now if I could just remember, what does this do? And we're gonna have dirt bike projects, like this vintage Kawasaki KX80. How do I start this thing? And we're even gonna have some cool RC action on the channel. We'll take stuff like this out to the track, and we'll probably even do some builds. Jeez, that's embarrassing. Hey guys, now you know why my car's not done. I'm sitting here daydreaming instead of working on it. Now that you got to preview the channel, do me a favor, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share the video. Drop me some comments. Let me know what you think. Maybe we could do some detailed videos on the cars we looked at today. Oh, one more thing. Go ahead and hit that notification button so you know when my next video comes out. So I guess the only thing left to say is a big thanks to everyone for watching. Oh, and I want to give a special shout out to my 20 subscribers who have been with me since the beginning and are probably wondering when the hell my next video is going to come out. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you in the next one.